Hi, Eric here. In this video, I'm going to go over the teacher interface. If you're on the Advanced Builder website, you probably won't use this very often, but if you wanted to be able to see what it's like to be a student or to test drive your material, this is how you do it. So if you followed my intro video on getting in, you should have a sample class, and you're not automatically enrolled. We're going to go ahead and enroll just as if we were a student. To do that, we need the enrollment code. So here under roster/enrollment code, I come and get either one of these. The sample class started with 2 periods. So I'm going to copy that code, and I'm going to come up here to student. Now as a student, I haven't enrolled in any classes yet, and you just use that code, and we click enroll, and it says, is this the class that you really want to enroll in? I say, yep. And presto, I'm in that class and I have yet to assign myself anything. So let's change that. So I'm going to go back to the teacher tab, and this time I'm going to start assigning myself stuff. And a couple of different ways you can do that. You can do that here from content to assign, where you have access to all of these different folders. Or if you're in your Builder tab, you can assign straight from the Builder tab. So let's assign myself a skill builder and the basic variables template. Okay, now one other thing I want to show you is there's a setting under the teacher tab for each class, and we come into settings, and this is off by default. I've turned it on, the automatic reassessment and relearning system, ARS. And this is something to keep in mind when you're building problem sets, especially when they are skill builder problem sets. So if I come to the student tab, I can see that I now have these 2 assignments. And keep in mind here that this basic variables template, we created that as a complete all, and so that shows up as blue, whereas this is a skill builder showing up as red. There's one other color that can show up, and that's green. Green is for a placements exam. Now the way teachers would create that is here on assignments, assign a placements test. Placements is another system. If you're building content for research, you're probably not going to take too much advantage of that just yet. But what a placements test does is it tries to drill down and find out exactly why students are not succeeding on a problem. And so we have our own skill hierarchy, and if a student doesn't complete, in this case the defaults are 6 and 4, but if I assign a grade 6 content and a student fails to answer that question, the system will automatically look for the skills that are prerequisite skills to that, and then quiz the student on those to see if we can find out what the area of weakness is. These take a little bit to set up. They show up as green to students and teachers, but you will probably not be building too many of these, so I'm not going to go any further. The reason why I wanted to go through the types is because as you're building content, we may be building something that we want to act or display as a skill builder, but it doesn't automatically do that. And so under settings, we can tell a problem set to look as if it is one of these and how to interact with ours. And as we're building complex problem sets, maybe it's a study or you want something to be a bit more adaptive, we have to keep that in mind, that if we want it to behave like a skill builder, we have to tell it to behave like a skill builder. And we'll cover that in the next video.